Your voice, your life.
Good night, good night. Welcome to Let's Connect on 88.5 Sufra FM. Hope that your Tuesday is going well so far. We wish you all the very best on this wonderful Tuesday, the 3rd of December. We're already in the final month of the year. I hope that everybody has had a wonderful year so far. 2024 hopefully has been good to you. Hopefully, you've been able to surf the wave of Julian Alfred and all her success in the Olympics and being able to accomplish great things for yourself. Hopefully, you took that as inspiration. That's definitely been somewhat of a theme for 2024. We've done so many wonderful things as St. Lucians, and we hope that we continue with that energy. I want to say goodnight to all those of you who are always locked on to the Let's Connect program, those of you who are there with us every single Tuesday, and we love you for it. We appreciate you and we wish you a wonderful, wonderful Christmas season. If you're on our Facebook live chat, send us a little message. Let us know you're there so we can give you a shout out. We want to start out with Force Jacques tonight. We want to give Force Jacques a very, very, very big shout out. I hope it's not too cold and that you guys are having a comfortable Tuesday evening and that you're warm and cozy and snuggled up and ready for the Let's Connect program. So let's shout out everybody in Force Jacques. We want to give a special shout out to Mocha, to Mini, to Belvedere, to L'Espérance, to St. Philip, to Wavin Claire. Good night to everybody all throughout Force Jacques Boaden. Good night to you guys in Boaden. Dewash, good night to you guys. Good night to you, to the entire Foster Jack Development Committee. Good night to you guys. On congratulations on having a wonderful Kudme activity. I'm not sure if I said that the last show. So good night to everybody involved with the Kudme activity in Foster Jack. We want to say good night to those of you at Towai. If you're in Zeno, good night as well. If you are at Crestland, good night to you. Hope that your night is going well as well. We want to give a special shout out to New Development and to Palmis. Good night to you. Hope that you're having a wonderful night. Good night to you if you are in Diamond. Good night. Good night to all those of you at Fort Bernier, those of you in the Soufre town, that's Bridge Street, Wingsville. We want to give a special shout out to those of you at Church Street, those of you in the Gulf. Good night. Good night. We want to shout out our people in Bouton. Good night to you guys. Hope that you're having a wonderful night over there in Bouton. Good night to those of you in Etangs, in Belfort, in Chateau Bel Air, Mont-Lacroix, Font-Gelib. Good night. Good night. Hope that everybody down in Margaret Tooth is doing well as well. Good night to you guys at Myers Bridge. We want to say good night to everybody, all of Soufrière, all of you listening. We want to shout out our friends in St. Vincent, shout out to our friends in the North, shout out to our friends overseas who are locked onto our program tonight. Good night to you guys. Once again, wishing everybody a wonderful season. The month has just begun. Hopefully, it has started on a wonderful note for you. Hope that you're having a bright and merry and festive December 2024, that you're already seeing your Christmas. I wish that for everybody. Hope that you guys are also participating in 88.5's various Christmas programs. We have Christmas with the Stars, we have Santa's Bag, we have the sponsors share, we have the sing along, and then we're going to have a wonderful Christmas village later on in the month. We're going to start that off on the 15th. So we do hope that everybody has some activity planned, that you're planning to join us here at 88.5, join us in Soufrière for some of our wonderful programs for December. Got lots of wonderful things coming up. So we want to wish everybody the best in those endeavors as they come up. And I hope that everybody's got their outfits on lock for the various staff parties. Somebody invite me to a staff party, please. I want to come to somebody's staff party. I'm not guaranteeing I'll actually come. I just want an invitation. So yes, invite me to your staff party just to let me feel like you love me. So good night once again to all those of you locked onto the program. We appreciate you so very much for that. Thanks for logging on. All right, awesome. We want to shout out Neil Octave and all the Octave family in Wingsville. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Genesis Bar. Shout out to the staff. Shout out to Matty. Shout out to Andreas and DJ Stylish. We want to shout out those of you in Genesis right now, enjoying the food, enjoying the atmosphere, enjoying the music, enjoying the vibes. Good night to everybody enjoying themselves down at Genesis. Good night to you guys. All right, so we want to start off, unfortunately, with some sad news. We want to inform you of the passing of Miss Mary Paul, who passed away last week Thursday, and we want to send out condolences to her family, friends, and loved ones, and those persons in Soufrière who knew her well. So we want to once again extend deepest condolences on the passing of Miss Mary Paul. We want to also ask for anybody who has any updates on any information regarding any funerals, upcoming funerals, or any deaths we may have not noticed, that if you would like to let us know in our chat, please reach out, let us know. So any persons who are currently grieving, we want to send out condolences to you. Our deepest sympathies go out to you as you grieve. We hope that you find comfort in the small things that you can find joy in, whatever it is. It could be a cup of coffee, it could be a hot bread and butter that gives you joy and gives you a smile. We hope that you are able to lift your grief in some small way. Any persons who are celebrating their birthdays or their anniversaries, we want to say happy birthday to you, happy anniversary to you. We hope that you had a bright day if you are celebrating. We have some recent graduates of the Alpha Louis Community College. So we want to say congratulations to all the recent graduates. Hope that you're still celebrating, because that is definitely a wonderful thing you have achieved. Graduating with honors, graduating, completing your studies, and hopefully moving on to bigger and better things. So congratulations to all recent graduates of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. I know that there was a recent UE graduation as well, but I'm not too sure how far away it was. So I'm not too sure of how recent it was, but I know we have a few persons who graduated from UE as well. I want to shout out all those graduates, those of you who are starting new programs. Congratulations to you as well. We wish you all the best in your studies, in your endeavors. I want to encourage persons who are looking for programs. Don't forget to check out the Government of St. Lucia's website, where you can find any scholarships that are offered or any programs that are being offered. We also know that NSDC always has programs. So persons who are interested in programs, please don't hesitate to look for information on the programs that mean the most to you. All right, so let's kick off tonight's program. We want to say that yesterday was International Day for Persons with Disabilities, and we want to shout out Honorable Jeremiah Norbert, who has who is responsible for persons with disabilities, and he is doing everything he can. And right now there's an initiative that he has struck up through the ministry, with Jeremiah as well as Ministry of Health, where persons are being assisted with prosthetic limbs free of charge. And we want to wish all those of you who were able to get onto that program all the very best, and hope that you achieve that goal of getting those prosthetic limbs, and that it definitely will enhance your life. So we want to say kudos to the Minister, Honorable Jeremiah Norbert, for that, as well as the Ministry of Health and the Minister for Health, Honorable Moses Jean-Baptiste. We want to say good night to you guys in the chat. Good night to you, Miss Deborah Joseph. You're watching with Princess Gabriella. Good night to you, Princess Gabriella. Hope that you're having a wonderful night and enjoying our program so far. Good night to you, Wilma. Good night, good night. Miss Camilla, good night to you as well, Miss Camilla. All right. She sends her greetings to everybody who is listening and watching Let's Connect. Awesome. We appreciate you always keeping it locked onto our program as well. All right. We want to take a little stab at the situation we are rising. We're monitoring the situation with the Kakabef. This area is famous for racing sport activists, persons who are interested in racing and drag racing and sound wars and sound clashes. This is an area frequented by a lot of persons. It is an old airport runway in Viewfort, which we have dubbed the Kakabef, and everybody knows it for those activities. But recent news has come forth that it has been leased out, which apparently took place in 2017. So we have two audios I'd like to play tonight, from Honorable Kenzen Kasime, who is the minister responsible for youth and sports activities in St. Lucia. So we would like to play those two clips, and then I'm asking for persons' opinions on the matter, persons who would like to, maybe if you don't understand what it is that you heard, you would like some explanation, I can always replay, or we can have a discussion. So we're going to take a listen to what's happening with the Kakabef.
Let me make this abundantly clear. When I came in as minister, there was absolutely no document, no information, no plan anywhere in the Ministry of Youth Development and Sport for a racing track in St. Lucia. Let me say this again. I, as minister, have never seen any plan, any document, any agreement with a contractor, any design. When I came in as a minister, I never saw anything from the previous administration. You would have heard different discussions. Oh, we
My apologies. I cut that off. Slip
wanted to
up the
do, how we
finger.
wanted to do. And I say to people quickly, we wanted to establish an additional 23 islands in People. I say that to say that anything can be said, but there was no application to DCA, there was no design, there was no application for planning for anything to do with car racing. Every single piece of information you will find now on car racing has been developed by this administration. Any positive sign to actually legitimize car racing as a sport in St. Lucia has been done through the Alternative Sports Department that we established as a government in collaboration with Invest St. Lucia. Invest St. Lucia would be the agency seeing the potential in sports tourism for car racing in St. Lucia. They've been seeking sort of support from outside agencies to actually invest in car racing into the plans that we have, the designs that we have to have a structured car racing fraternity in St. Lucia. These are the facts.
Okay, so that was Honorable Kenson in response to the plans the previous administration supposedly had in relation to a motorsports facility, and he has said that there was nothing in place when we came into power in when the government came into power in 2021. So this next clip are the plans that have been laid out in that area.
As it pertains to youth, we've received some architectural drawings for a national youth and entertainment center in Boseju. As you would know that I said very early in my tenure that I think it's very important for us to establish a venue for hosting events. We also have some developments with regards to the National Aquatic Center. We're expecting a lot of work to commence this week, weather permitting, in terms of concrete and steel at the Boseju. We have a timeline of 14 months for completion of this project. The Kakabef, as we have the emotional attachment to it, we really desire to have a proper facility equipped with proper stands for the viewing public, proper washroom facilities, proper change room for the actual racers, and it would require a vast amount of space. Whereas the Kakabev just gives you the opportunity to just have the racing aspect. So we did have a number of meetings, I could say, for the last couple of years. We've narrowed it down to two areas, which is the cul-de-sac area and the area that was in discussion previously in Denry.
All right, so that was once again Honorable Kenton Kazime, who is the Minister responsible for youth and sports, announcing plans to hopefully build a center that would have facilities such as changing rooms, bathrooms, as well as the area for the racing. And he did mention two areas they were being looked at: the cul-de-sac area and the area in Denry. I've seen comments on social media saying that the area in Denry, the proposed area in Denry, is not suitable. I'm not 100% sure how true that is, but I've seen comments to that effect. So most likely the cul-de-sac would be the next best bet. I would have loved for the venue to remain in the south, but as we know, land is always the issue in the south when it comes to certain activities and certain functions. So let us keep our fingers crossed that maybe something will turn up for the south. But if not, let's see what will happen with cul-de-sac or with Denry. So let's wait and see what's going to happen. Like he said, there's going to be construction in terms of facilities at Boseju over the next 14 months. So we have lots to look forward to in the sports arena. And like I said, we're piggybacking on the Julian Alfred energy, that Olympic win energy, Olympic gold, Olympic silver energy we have now that's driving us towards doing so much better, and especially in the sporting area. So let us keep our fingers crossed that there's going to be bigger and better things happening in St. Lucia for 2025 when it comes to various sporting areas. So we're looking towards anything motor related. So because a facility might be able to handle more than just one type of first event. We might have other things that could take place. Who knows? We might broaden our horizons and do other things, skateboarding, dirt bikes. We never know what could happen. Let's see. In the areas of swimming as well. Good night to you, Miss Emmanuel, all the way from Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn, New York. Wonderful to have you on our program as usual. So we look forward to those activities coming up in sports for 2025. Wonderful work. We're gonna give a big shout out to Honorable Kenzen Casimir on that. So we also we did promise that we would give an update on the jetty. We had our new administrative manager, Major Cyril Saltibus, a couple weeks ago on the program, and he did give us an update on the jetties. So we're just going to be basically, for those of you who missed it, because I've gotten the vibe that a few people did not get that update on the jetties. So the work that's been done in Sufre at the jetty, it is a temporary ramp which has been installed over the damage on the jetty. This is a temporary ramp that has been installed to basically make sure that we have access for our incoming visitors while GPH prepares to begin the work, the real work. So GPH, in collaboration with SRDF, is the one handling the jetties, because we know GPH has a huge project which is going to be coming on board. So since the hurricane, we had to do a temporary fixture. Temporary being the keyword, because we have bigger and better plans for the Sufre waterfront that GPH will be presenting at some point later on. So they have had to look at everything after the hurricane. So we've been giving them a little bit of grace so that they can come back to us, because they have been before to show and to talk about the plans and to answer questions from the public. So we're looking forward to when they'll be back with the new plans and the latest drawings and rendering, so that they can show us, the public, the Sufre public, the Sufre constituency, so that we can come and view and give our opinions and let our voices be heard. This forum is going to happen. So we want you to keep an eye out, make sure you're paying attention so that you can come out and know what's happening with that project. So for now, it is a temporary fix that is happening on the jetty, so that persons can get access, our incoming visitors on the boats can get access to Sufre, because we want them to have access to Sufre. We want them to be able to see our wonderful sites, our wonderful tourist attractions, meet our wonderful people, buy from our wonderful vendors. So this is the hope and what we want to continue in Sufre, so that we have that sustainability. So we're grateful for GPH and the Sufre Regional Development Foundation for coming to the rescue with this fix for now. And then we look forward to bigger and better things with the GPH project overall. So that is the current update of the jetty. So it is approximately 95% complete for now. So we look forward to regaining access to that jetty, and hopefully, because we're already in the season, we're seeing a lot of arrivals coming in over the last few weeks. Wonderful, wonderful to see. We do hope that all of our vendors are benefiting. We want to give a special shout out to the Sufre Vendors Association as well. We know that you guys have been trying your hardest to make sure all your vendors are happy. So we want to ensure that our jetties have gotten that little fixture, so that we can keep our tourists coming, so that our vendors can sell their wares. That is the main goal and the main priority right now, keeping our people afloat, making sure that everybody is benefiting from what is happening in Sufre. So big shout out once again to GPH, SRDF, the Sufre Vendors Association, and all those associated. The taxi drivers, Sufre Taxi Association, once again, big up to you guys. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful set of persons associated with you. So I want to give you a big shout out, because we know you're putting in the work. So shout out to the Super Taxi Association as well. All right. Now the Christmas with the stars, it has officially begun. So there are so many chances to win when it comes to Sufra FM. So Sufra FM's Christmas with the Stars, this week they featured the electrifying MTX band who was on earlier today at about 3 o'clock today. So if you had tuned in, you were greeted with wonderful music, fun, and then there's always the daily giveaway on Energy Drive, which is from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. with the wonderful DJ Buzz. Shout out to DJ Buzz. So you can tune in and get a chance to win. Get a chance to engage with your local celebrities on Christmas with the Stars and win exciting prizes by answering trivia questions. So you need to pay attention so that you can hear the question so you can know where the information come from because it's probably going to be said before they ask the question. So you need to be paying attention from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then the Christmas with the Stars is at 3 p.m. So today, MTX band was on. I do hope that you guys enjoyed your session. So big shout out to the MTX band and the Christmas with the Stars program. We want to once again give a shout out to SRDF in terms of the Christmas Village, which is going to be on December 15th at 4 p.m. So the SRDF welcomes Coca-Cola and Bank of St. Lucia to Christmas Village 2024. The Sufra Regional Development Foundation is thrilled to announce that Coca-Cola and Bank of St. Lucia are partners for this year's Christmas Village. These esteemed brands bring an added excitement and the use of resources to this cherished community event, promising a memorable celebration. And that once again is going to be December 15th. That is, I believe it's a Friday the 13th. It's a Sunday. So December the 15th, Sunday, December the 15th at the Sufre Square, 4 p.m. We're going to be kicking off our Sufre FM's Christmas Village. Okay, so be there and come celebrate with us as we, kick off the Christmas season in the biggest way possible. All right, so we want to encourage you guys, put it on your calendar, December 15, 4 p.m. at the Sufre Square for the launch of Christmas Village. All right. We want to say congratulations to the contestants of the Miss Kaleidoscope pageant. The pageant is taking place this Thursday. I have bought my ticket. I hope that everybody else has bought theirs as well. Tickets are $25 for children, $35 for adults. The show is at 11 a.m. So there's no late night staying out on this field until we're ready to drop. This is a daytime event. We want you to come out and support the Sufra Comprehensive Secondary School. All right, so mark your calendars for December 5th as the Sufra Mini Stadium transforms into a kaleidoscope of talent and elegance. 6 young contestants from the Sufra Comprehensive Secondary School will vie for the crown in this highly anticipated showcase. So come out, show your support for these wonderfully talented ladies. And like I said earlier, the tickets are $25 for children and $45 for adults. Come out and support our wonderful ladies. 6 wonderful, bright, talented, beautiful young women who are going to be putting on a wonderful show, displays of talent and poise, elegance. Come out and support them. All right. We want to encourage all residents of Sufre to participate in the various groups that are being revived in Sufre. So when Major Cyril Saltibus was on our program, he did touch base on this as well. So the Sufre Community Liaison Office is putting together these community groups. So we want you to get involved. So some of the groups, let's take a look at some of what we have available. All right. So if you are looking to get involved and you want to make a difference in your community, and keep in mind for those of you applying to further your education, these type of things look very good on your application. It shows that you're well-rounded. It shows that you have a sense of volunteerism. So we want to encourage persons to participate in the various community groups. So there's the traditional folk dance. So if you know, that's quadrille, the traditional folk dances, we learned them in preschool. I did them as far up as secondary school, so that was a part of my life for a very long time. Traditional folk dance, the quadrille, dressing up in our traditional wop duet and suit and tie and that sort of thing, and you go out and you dance, you perform. That's something we used to do a lot when we were younger. It's not as frequent now, it's not as vibrant now. So we're trying to bring that back. So if you want to learn, if you want to perform, and you want to preserve this time honored tradition, if you want to celebrate the rich cultural heritage of your community with dance, then you bring your energy, bring your love for dance. You don't have to have any experience. So you can definitely sign up for the traditional folk dance group. We also have the flower festivals group. Now we have two festivals in St. Lucia. We have the La Rose Festival and we have the La Marguerite Festival. And people love it. I feel like people love it, but they don't participate. People love to say, I'm a La Rose or I'm a La Marguerite, but not, we need the participation to come out of that. So if you want to be part of our beautiful flower festivals, the La Rose and the La Marguerite, if you want to help design the floral displays, or if you want to help organize the events, if you want to just celebrate it with your community, this is the group for you. So we encourage you to join the flower festivals group. All right, now we have the Girl Guides and the Boy Scouts. Now, before we did not have Boy Scouts, we just had Scouts because I was a scout. So now there's Girl Guides and Boy Scouts. So if you want to build leadership skills, explore the outdoors, and make lifelong friendships, you can join the Girl Guides or the Boy Scouts today. These organizations offer amazing opportunities for adventure, service, and personal growth for kids and teens. Now, like I said earlier, if you're interested in applying to further your education, university, college, vocational skills programs, they usually, when you apply for some of these things, they ask you what are some of your extracurricular activities. These are the type of things you can add, and they help buff up your application, make you look very nice. So when you participate in these things, there's so many benefits. You make friends, you enrich yourself culturally, and you able to buff up your college applications. So it's a win-win everywhere. All right, so we have the Toastmasters group. So if you're looking to improve your public speaking and your leadership skills, so Toastmasters is a fantastic way to grow in confidence while making new connections. So whether you're a seasoned speaker, somebody who maybe you're always an animator in the church, or you're a teacher and you're speaking in front of a classroom full of kids every day, or you're a lecturer, or you just end up having to give speeches all the time. It can happen. But maybe you're not, and maybe you want to get better at it. So the Toastmasters Club, is either you're seasoned, or if you're a novice, if you're a beginner, you're an amateur, it's still worth it to build up that skill. Join up with the Toastmasters. All right. So there's also a volunteer group, the SRDF volunteers. So if you want to give back, like we just had so many wonderful Kudme activities, so we want to encourage you to become an SRDF volunteer and help make a difference in people's lives. So from community outreach to organizing events, volunteers are the heart of the community. And one of the best parts of all of this is you'll make new friends, you'll gain valuable skills, and you will help create a better community for everybody. So get involved. You can contact the Super Regional Development Foundations. There's a few numbers you can try to reach the various persons involved in the groups. So there's 724-7681. That is 724-7681. There's also 725-4418 or 733-9704. So if you're interested in joining any of the groups, you can come on down to the Sophia Regional Development Foundation, or you can call any of these free numbers to get in touch with somebody who will guide you in the right direction. So, consider joining up one of the groups. You will not regret it. There's a benefit for every possible person, a benefit for everybody. So we encourage you to definitely take that chance. All right. And we want to let persons know that First National Bank has they're calling it a Black Friday deal, but it's extended up to December 6th. So not literally Black Friday, but it's a Black Friday deal. You get up to 4.75% on a new vehicle loan. So if you one of those persons who like the 445 new vehicles that just touched down this week, you're wanting to get a new vehicle, so don't miss out on First National Bank's lowest interest rate of the year, no deposit, and up to 7 years for repayment. So you can get your dream car this 2024 for Christmas, and you can drive away with a $500 fuel voucher on First National Bank. All right, so you can visit them in branch or you can contact them at 455-7127 for more information. That's 455-7127. And like I said, the offer is definitely valid until December 6th. So take advantage if you're interested in getting a new vehicle for the season. If you're interested in maybe upgrading or getting your first vehicle, you have that option to try First National Bank out for a new vehicle loan. All right. We want to give a shout out to Massey. The staff, 20 of their staff members participated in a bit of a kudme as well with the Rainbow Children's Home in Opicon Viewfort. Those staff members came in with their paint brushes and they gave the place a brand new coat of paint. And they also assisted with setting up a kitchen garden. So we want to give a shout out to the Rainbow Children's Home in Opicon Viewfort, as well as to Massey and their staff members who gave back with their time and energy and efforts to a very worthy cause. So shout out to you guys. I want to take a moment to give a shout out to those of you on our Facebook live chat. Good night to you, Dwayne McKenzie. Good night to you, Miss Annie Nicholas. Good night to you, Miss Pamela Jean. Good night, Mr. Timothy James. Good night to you, Nigella Alexander. All right. Good night to you. Good night to you. All right. I'm just making sure we check in with all our messages. So if anybody in our chat has, and nobody had anything to say about the Kakabef situation, you have no, you did you know that it was leased? Did you think that a new facility was already in the works from 2017? Were you upset with the news? Were you overjoyed with the news? Tell us how you felt about that. We're going to go through our top stories for tonight to see if we have any person who wants to give any comments on the situation so we can read out your opinion. But I think it was pretty straightforward in my opinion. But if there's anybody who needs a refresher on it, you can let me know. Feel free to reach out to us at the Sufra constituency office for any information on anything that's been said tonight or anything that you would like us to address in future shows. We want to shout out the staff of the electoral office. They have opened the Sufra office. The Sufra registration office is officially open. We're hoping that we'll have a staff member or the head of the electoral office in next week, God willing, so that they can explain what processes are being handled in Sufra and what you need to bring with you when you come in. So we'll have all that information for you next week, Tuesday. We do want to thank everybody for touching base with us tonight. We love you all for being with us here on Let's Connect on 88.5 Sufra FM. Once again, I'm your host, Reneata Dusauzay, and we want to shout out everybody who is on our YouTube platform as well. So if you're with us on YouTube, we want to say good night to you. So once again, shout out to all our listeners. Shout out to the whole community of Sufra in this wonderful December 2024. We're wishing you all the very best for the season. And we shall be back, like I said, next week, Tuesday, hopefully with some more information about the registration office. And if you need any information about anything from tonight, any information about joining with any of the SRDF groups, do not hesitate to reach us at the Sufra constituency office or any of our social media pages. Let's Connect's Facebook page, the Sufra constituency group's Facebook page, as well as our district representative, Honorable Emma Hippolyte's Facebook page as well. And we are available on WhatsApp at 731-3234 as well. So good night to everybody. Thank you so very much for joining us. Hopefully next week, like I said, we'll have a special guest to give you more information about the registration office. So until then, we want to say thank you so very much for your patronage of our Let's Connect program. Good night and have a wonderful, wonderful night.